So I think the big part is the workshops I lead is how do you design learning opportunities for Black male students who are neurodivergent? And so a lot of those things come down to, do you even understand their neurodivergence? Like a lot of people just don't. I mean, you if unless you really know those disability categories very, very well and ask the child and kind of just like observe and check in. Going back to the part with families, one of the things that a lot of my families, when I was in the classroom, um, you know, that often to me is I'm the only case manager they work with that checked in with them every 2.5 weeks,
Mhm.
like religiously. I would just say, here's what I saw over the past 2 weeks. Are you seeing this at home? Let me know, yes or no. A quick little text or email. Here's what I'm trying. And I would take a brief little video, like if I can find a video of someone teaching it online, or if I can I had time to like video how I would do something. And I would say, could you try this at home and tell me if it works for you? And so I think often those are some of the practices I do is just a lot of modeling, a lot of resource sharing. And in the workshops, we talk about the unique experiences of cultural relevance meets accessibility,
Mm.
so that we can't just disconnect the accessibility features for our neurodivergent learners and then not be also concerned with who they are as a whole human being and their cultural upbringing and the way they show up. So we do a lot of work with culturally relevant pedagogy and showing how you can use relevant text to still do the science of reading. Because what I've also seen in the science of reading research, and I've had my love that we're moving more into a research based space with reading because we needed to be in that space for a while, is that often the decodables do not look like our children. Often they do not, represent our children's experiences. So some of the work I've done is design curriculum with tutoring agencies like the Innovative Learners and Carnegie Learning to have some of those texts that are culturally relevant that include our students' experiences in them so that they don't just see these as like, Pat sat on a lap and then and that's about it. So, because it's beautiful that they're learning all the sounds, they're learning how to read, but if they're not reading to be more connected within themselves or others in their community, then, I don't really know what the point is. I mean, the point of learning is not just to be proficient as an individual, but it is to be of in community because we don't live in, echo chambers. We don't live by ourselves. And so I do some of the work. I challenge some of the work of people in the field in some of these workshops where I say, people talk about the Mississippi miracle, but a real miracle would be if all the Black male students in the state who were literate now had a job and a
Mm.
job that, paid them well and that they could, move away from poverty or if they had anti-poverty legislation. It's one thing to teach them how to be literate. It's another thing to make sure they're not impoverished.